Hello and welcome to George's Gaming Guide. As you can see, George isn't with me today, so this is going to be one of the builds I'm doing on my own. So you may know me better as Breaking Dad because of all the things I do to George's sets. But yeah, so today hopefully you'll enjoy the build because I think this looks absolutely amazing. So the set I'm doing today is set number 42130, and it's the BMW motorbike. It comes with quite an amazing 1920 pieces, so it's a nice big set. It was released on the 1st of January of this year, so yeah, it is one of the newest ones that's out. And it's also the biggest motorbike that LEGO have ever actually done. This is a 1/5 scale, and it's quite large. It's 45 centimeters long, 17 centimeters wide, and 27 centimeters tall. So it is quite a big set. So going on to more of the details. So the bike itself has been designed in conjunction with BMW. It's the M1000RR. Now, one thing that makes this really special is, if you know about the BMW cars, is this M symbol. So the M symbol is normally sort of reserved for cars that have got sort of specialised engines, transmissions, suspensions, and other modifications that earn them the M badge. Now, this is the only bike that's ever been given the M symbol in its name, so it's a very, very special bike. As I say, they've worked this in conjunction with BMW, and it's got some really impressive details. So it's actually got a 3-gear plus neutral gearbox, and that's actually controlled by a quick shifter. It's got realistically working suspension and a 4-piston engine. Apparently, although I've not opened it yet, there's actually supposed to be 4 different configurations you can do for the cockpit, so it's going to be interesting to see what that actually is. It looks like you get, as well as the stand, which has got the plaque on it, so you get the jack, so you can have it more like it's in race spec. But I think overall this just looks a really nice set. As I think we'll go into more of the details when we actually do the review at the end of the build. So, as George would say, without further ado, let's get straight into building. So here we have the completed model, and I think this just looks amazing. There's so much detail in this. There was a crazy amount of stickers on this as well. I think over 70. And the hardest thing was you can see most of them together, so to make them look symmetrical over the bike was quite a challenge. So it was a longer build than it probably should have been because of the amount of time that I took on putting the stickers on. But to get down the details, as I say, this was designed with BMW engineers, so it is very close to what the actual bike is supposed to look like. And it's a 1/5 scale, so it's actually a really big bike as well. I mean, the tyres on this, I think that just the details of the tyres and the wheels work really well. So we'll start down the front. So you'll see a lot of the parts of the bike, like these little winglets that they have on the front and parts of the body at the bottom and at the side of the seats. I've got stickers on, so it makes it look like it's carbon fibre. So that's quite nice, but there are a lot of stickers because of it. Now, I presume these are all unique pieces because, as I say, it's a different scale to any of the bikes I've been in before. But you have the brake discs, the wheels themselves, you've got the hubs and everything. It just looks really nice, and I think they must be unique. You have the brake calipers as well, and you've got some sort of rubber pipes, I suppose you could say, that come and attach up onto the handlebars. They don't actually do anything, they're just there to look like the actual cables, but it works well. The other thing that's really nice about the front is, as I say, the suspension that works on this. So you'll see there's quite a bit of movement on the front wheel, and on the back, so the suspension works as well. So again, that works really nicely. You do have the steering, so that's quite nice as well. And then the other thing that's, I suppose you could say, is moving on this is you've got a 3-speed gearbox. So to actually change the gears, you use the pedal like you would on an actual bike to go up and down through the gears. I don't think it really makes that much difference in terms of the way you see the pistons move, but the gearbox is there, and it was actually a really complex build. I'm not going to be able to show you because it is, I can't even see where it is myself now. The pistons are in here somewhere. I think they're hidden down the front here. It's a shame they are hidden because they've actually put it in a sort of see-through case so you can see the pistons go up and down, but then you literally cover it up completely. So that's a bit of a shame. But when you're building this, it's really good to see with the way it works. I say, and the rest of it is literally just for viewing. There's nothing else that's sort of interactive on this. I like the way they've done the exhaust pipe. Lots of little Technic pieces in this that make up the pipe, but again, it's very effective. Yeah, it looks great on this bike. And you'll see that I think it was 54 of these little chain pieces. So you get the nice gold chain on it. And as you move the wheels, you would see the pistons. If I could, I honestly can't see where they are now. They're in here somewhere. But yeah, you would actually see the pistons moving based on when you're rotating the wheel. And that's about it, really. I mean, it comes off its stand, so it will. So it will roll quite nicely. It moves quite freely. The stand in itself is a bit different to what we normally see from the LEGO stands. It's pretty solid the way it's done. It's basically got holes in the top, so you've got 3 pins underneath. I think it's one at the back. Oops. One at the back, 2 at the front. So I just knocked a piece off, which is just held on by a couple of the blue studs you put in that, blue Technic pieces you put in that leave a little bit sticking out to be able to put plates on, and that's going to be really awkward to get back on. Okay. So that's quite nice to say it's fairly solid on it. The plaque, as I just see a few details about the bike. As I said in the intro, this is the only bike that's ever been given the M badge to go with the motorsport sort of BMWs that you get. So it is a very special bike in terms of BMW. A couple of extra features you get on this, so it's going to be really hard to see, so I might have to do some photographs, but you do have a little sort of dashboard at the front. So on this one we've chosen the old style where you have the normal speedo and rev counter, but you do get a couple of options. So one of the options is to go for, try and get the right way up, so digital display. Well, that's quite nice. It was a choice between the analog one and the digital one that I put on. You can also, which I'm not really sure of the reason behind it, is to just literally put an M badge on it. I don't think it would look right in there, so it's nice to give us an option, but not something I'd actually use myself. And then you also get, I suppose because it's for a racing bike or sort of sports bike, you actually get a trolley jack as well. Works reasonably well. It just fits into some gaps that are on these housings for the back wheel. It doesn't feel very sturdy, but it is actually quite good, to be honest. So so that works quite well. But I do prefer it on the stand with the information. It was quite a tough build. It took me about 7 hours to build. Big part of that though is, if you've seen any of my other builds, I'm really picky about getting my stickers correct. And with 70 odd stickers, it was a lot of stickers to make sure I had correct. So so the build took probably a bit longer than it should have done, just because I wanted to make sure that you had the symmetry of everything, to add the parts next to each other and making sure that that the stickers went on more than once to make sure that they're all in the right place. But I think overall it's a really nice Technic set. I'm not sure I would go for other bikes in the Technic sets. I say this one just jumped out to me. I mean, the Ducati does look nice, but I think it just looked nicer to me, and I thought it was going to be a better challenge, so I would definitely recommend this one. And I think that's about all I have to say about this. As I say, if you do like a challenge, this is definitely a good set, because technically it's quite a difficult set to build. But overall, I would definitely recommend it. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out George's review on this as well, because he's doing a review of this bike. And I'll see you next time. Take care. I hope you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Love to hear your comments, and don't forget to watch out for next Wednesday's video, which is going to be a review on the retired set, the LEGO Wally.